rating the English players. Yes, I know at some points through that video it was a little bit frustrating. I was going through a lot and I was hurting, I was aching, I was tired. And it wasn't myself. And I got a few of the names mixed up and you guys hated it. But it's very typical when we do those types of videos. That doesn't smell pretty. I don't know what's happening at the minute to either this bottle or the blackcurrant that Audi have been using. Because every time I go to take a drink, it just doesn't taste the same. And I don't know what they've done. Anyway, that being said, I don't know whether I want to use a squad builder or not. Have we discussed this in a video? Or was it only on stream where we discussed it? I've typed in Euro. I'm going to type in squad. Obviously not. Let's type in England. Ranking these England internationals. Nice. My other squad predictors up to 20,000 views. Jesus, with 300 likes. So, with this being a very similar video, I want to see. Wait, how did we do that one? Did we do it through footbin / foothead? We did. I did it on foothead because that's where everyone used foothead last year. Oh, and I used all the Euro players. Wow, my team has the team that I'd have picked has changed drastically. Okay, so let's go to footbin. Where are we, PC? Let's make this full screen and let's put me in a position where, you know, I can actually speak to you guys properly. There we go, down here is probably nicer. So here we are. I want to talk about this in a few different respects now. For many of you, you're going to have an idea of your squad. Let me know down below what your squad would be. Tell me the formation you'd probably go with. And anything in terms of that respect, what formation you'd pick, what players you'd include. Like I say, this is going to be more of a prediction than what I'd prefer. Okay, this is what I think Gareth Southgate will pick compared to what he will not pick, if that makes sense. However, like I say, there are going to be a few stipulations to this. Now, what I want to do is pick out what I think the 23-man squad would be. Let me go back to my last video I did and look at the comments, because a lot of you clarified. So I can find the thing I did. However, a few things have changed since then because I'm not clued up on everyone's injuries and whatnot. Because obviously in the last one, Pickford got injured, so I had to make a comment about that because I'd chosen him and obviously spoken about him. But then it turns out he's not actually injured for the Euros, so he should be okay. So what I want to do is pick what I think, or how I think will line up initially, which is a 5 at the back, 5-2-2-1. It seems to be Gareth Southgate's favourite formation. It's between this and a 4-3-3-4, something like that. So if we start with what I think will line up as, and I'm going to have my reasonings behind it. I'm going to add as many players as I can onto the bench and talk about them. So in goal, we have the likes of Jordan Pickford. We also have Henderson, Dean Henderson, and we also have Pope. I think they're quite obviously the 3 goalkeepers that England are going to have to choose from. My personal preference would be Pope, but I know how influential Pickford has been for England. I think it's between this and the centre backs is the most hard to choose, not because we have someone that's out and out world class, but because we have multiple options that are all good in their own respect, but not the best in the world. I'm going to go with Pope. I'm not sure whether Henderson will go, so I'm going to keep Pickford. In fact, actually, we're allowed 3 goalkeepers, aren't we? So I think Henderson will be chosen. So I think that's how we'll line up. Nick Pope in goal. That's how I want us to line up, and I've got a feeling that's how we might. Looking at the defence, where can we go with this? Now we can look at wing backs, and we can look at the centre backs. Now a player that fits both of those roles is Kyle Walker. So we need to talk about Walker, because I think he's going to go there. I do. I think he will go there. I don't think we'll play him as a right back unless we're playing in a back 4. He's got to be chosen quite obviously, and he will be going. But I think we might see him at a centre back on the wide right hand side role. In the middle of him, we're going to see John Stones. I think it'd be stupid of us not to pick John Stones as a leader, as a captain, as a role in this middle. Obviously, if we were to have a defensive captain, I'd go with John Stones. A midfield captain, I'd choose Henderson. And as a striking role, we're going to go with Kane. As all 3 viable captain options. Obviously, we know Harry Kane is captain, so he will take the captain's armband. But for the games where Kane isn't on the field, which I don't think will be many come this Euros, I do think that it will be Henderson or Stones that will get it. So, thinking about that, what wing-back options do we have? Now we have the likes of Wan-Bissaka, we have the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, we have the likes of Reece James. There's probably more that I can't even name off the top of my head. But I do think it'll be Trent. Just because of the exposure and the experience he's got at right back. I do not think that Wan-Bissaka will be chosen for the Euros. And I do think Reece James will. And that's not me just being a Chelsea fan. Obviously, I love the fact that Reece James will be chosen. But it's more down to the fact that Wan-Bissaka, how many caps has Wan-Bissaka got? He's got none. I don't think, because he hasn't been chosen up until now, I don't think he'll be chosen for the competition. Whereas Trent and James both have caps, and I think that will go in his favour. Like I say, Walker can play on that right back role. On the left hand side, on the flip side, I think it will be Chilwell or Shaw. I think they've got to be the wing back options that we look at. Now, I think Shaw should start. I think he's been much better than Chilwell this season. Arguably one of Man United's most influential players this year. He's come on leaps and bounds, and he's fully deserved of that position. So I think he should be chosen. The next question is, who goes in at this centre-back role? We have a plethora of options. We have Keane, we have Tarkowski, we have Ben Mee, we also have the likes of White. I'm forgetting multiple centre-backs here, aren't I? We have the obvious Maguire, who I do think will be the player chosen. I think we could also see something like this, because the 2 faster players, I know that's FIFA in terms of pace, but I think we all know that John Stones is faster than Maguire. I don't think that's any sort of untold truth about football. We know that if you're going to do this, you might as well have your slowest player in the middle, have these 2 be able to cover, and then your wing backs can, rotate. What we have been seeing, and I'm not a fan of this, is 2 CDM players in centre mid, to the likes of Declan Rice and Henderson. Now, I don't think that's a good idea. It's far too defensive. We don't play the attacking football that these players specifically like to play. You know, having one CDM in that position is great. But why have they swapped? Because in this scenario, say Alexander Arnold bombs forward, Luke Shaw can drop in at left back, Walker can drop in at right back, these are at centre back. Say both of these bomb forward, Stones pushes a little wider, Maguire a little wider, Walker to the right, Henderson drops back in as a CDM role, we still stay solid at the back. We don't need all of these dropping back. It's too defensive, we know this. Just so you know, I don't think Ben White will be going, and I don't think Ben Mee or Tarkovsky will be going. I think Keane will be chosen. Let me just go England squad. I don't think it's not officially been announced. I just want to look for players that are centre backs that I may have missed off. I missed off Kieran Trippier. I think he could be a shout with going, to be fair. Connor Cody. That's the player I was thinking of. No. I think Connor Cody could be our other centre-back option. I think these two will be the substitutes that get chosen. Personally, I think Connor Cody has presented himself very, very well in front of a camera, and I think he has an okay relationship with Gareth Southgate, as does Keane. So I think they're the two centre-back options that we take. We take Reece James as a right-back option and Chilwell as our left-back option. So, admittedly, why can I not choose that guy? Oh shit. I think that's a left back option. That's a right back option. You got your two goalkeepers. You've got your two centre backs. I think I'd personally start Declan Rice on the bench. And you guys are gonna, you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna choose Mason Mount for this role. However, I think that Gareth Southgate likes playing him as a winger too much. So I don't think he'll get chosen for this. So where do we go? What creative midfielder would you like to see in the middle of the park? Would you like to see it as a Foden? See, this is my issue. We have these players. We have... Hello. We have Phil Foden. We have Mount. We have Grealish. We have arguably Jude Bellingham, although I don't think he'll get chosen. As much as I'd like him to, I don't think he will. What's going on with this? Look at it. So I've just redone all of this. Going back to talk about who we could have in this role, we've got Mount, Grealish, Foden. But with those types of players, you know they're like the type of players. There's an argument for all of them. In all fairness, all of them deserve a spot, but not all of them can get a spot. As much as I hate to say it, because I do really like him, I've got a feeling that Grealish won't get chosen. For whatever reason, Southgate doesn't like playing him. When we have chosen him, he hasn't had the experience. And I do think that Foden is clear of them both. And that's gonna annoy a lot of you, one, because you're gonna think, no, that's wrong. On the flip side, you're gonna go, well, you didn't say that. But opinions can change. Foden has impressed me so much since I've seen him. However, this is what I will say, we've got the likes of Mount. Do you play Mount there and Foden there? or vice versa? Or do you then look at the Sterling, Sancho, and who's the other striker that's probably going to get picked? I'd go with... I think Calvert-Lewin could be the person that gets picked. So on the right, I think there's no argument about it. You go with Sancho. On the left, I don't know whether Sterling gets chosen there. There's been a lot of argument where you'd put Foden over him. Sorry, we need to add Rice in as well. So I think Declan Rice is our other centre mid substitute swap. And the reason I say I think you only take Declan Rice, I don't think you take any other centre mids per se, because you've got the likes of Mount and Foden that can play that role. Now, Eric Dyer might get picked, and it'll be the worst pick you could ever choose. But again, it's a pick that might happen. So you've got the likes of Grealish, and you've got the likes of Bellingham. And there's probably other players that I'm completely forgetting in this. But I think what he might do, what he's probably going to do is this, and none of us want to see that. None of us. I'd much prefer this. Allow Henderson to sit a bit deeper and be your playmaking player and your deep line, puts a good tackle in. Give either Mount or Foden this creative freedom in the middle of the park to push a little bit further forward, interact with Sancho and Foden both. Or vice versa, allow Foden to have this freedom where he can interact and move, because all of these types of, even Grealish, if you have to choose Grealish over Mount on the left, whatever it may be, I think these three players, say Sterling was given this left wing role, Sterling's not going to come back into this midfield role if Foden tries to push a bit further left. If Mount's given that left wing role and Foden plays it in, pushes forward a little bit, Mount's okay to sit back a little bit, and vice versa, Foden's okay to sit back, as is Grealish. That's the sort of, what's the word? I don't know the word. That's the sort of rotation role that they've been playing, in a way, where they can interact well together. Even when out on the right, if Foden happens to be on the right, Henderson on the left, Foden and Sancho can interact together. This whole debate of who goes where on sort of this centre mid, left wing role is to be debated. However, I do think he's probably going to go with that. Does that leave one space for him? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there is a 23rd spot. Who am I missing? Let's go back. England squad. Who am I missing? Rashford. There we go. Sorry guys. Rashford's obviously going. But he's another one where if we're playing a game where this is the key and it's the wingers that are really trying to get involved, Sterling gets injured, give it Rashford. Kane comes off, put Rashford on if we need pace, Calvert-Lewin if we need a bit more physicality. I think we're going to see Rashford in more of a striker role. Although, are we? I don't know. Who else am I missing? Oh, we could end up choosing bloody Lingard, couldn't we? And he's been on fire as well. 2 days ago, he was in a Euros advert. I reckon he could get chosen then. Is he back here? Saka's in with a shout, as is Ward-Prowse. But I just don't think Ward-Prowse is going to get into the 23-man squad. Nor is Mason Greenwood. Oh, Maddison as well. I don't think... Oh, what's up with this now? Maddison, and it's fucking chucked out. Who's it chucked out? Chucked out Reece James. What's up with football? Anyway, Reece James is there. Just imagine Reece James is there. I think Maddison's going to get... Again, if we're going to go for this, and we need someone a bit more creative, Maddison. But this is where I want to go on to sort of the second half of the coin. If we aren't playing this, and we do play this, this is where it changes. Personally, I'd stick with Luke Shaw at left back. I'd put someone like Kyle Walker at centre back and not play Alexander. He likes to get forward too much. We need a player that's solid at the back, that doesn't bomb forward too much. I know Walker does like to get forward and put in a good cross, but he's a lot more physical and he is a lot better defensively than Trent is. Henderson goes there. For me, it goes Foden. Probably this is when we'd play the Rice role. Rice and Henderson. They can sit back. It gives him the freedom to play. And again, if needs be, it can be a Grealish. If needs be, it can be a Maddison. If we want to go really attacking, I'd do something like this. Don't want to leave it like that. Yeah, I'd do something like that. Because we've got the likes of the CDM that can sit back a little bit. And it's sometimes like... In all fairness, I don't think it will look like that. I think it will look like this. No. There we go. I think it will look like that. And I think, no. Yeah. I think it will be Henderson that plays this mopping up role. These two that try and create a little bit. I don't know. I think for the first time in a very long time, there is an argument for so many people. I don't know. Who are we missing now? Rice goes there. We're missing someone and it's disappeared. I don't know who we're missing here. Trent, we're missing Trent. Either way, I think if we play something like this, a 4-3-3, where Henderson can sit back and mop up a little bit, allows Maddison and Foden to get forward a little bit, or if needs be, we put a Grealish and the Foden comes in that side, or I don't think Maddison will play on the wing. Or like I say, if we do play it with a cam, it might look a little bit like that, where Maddison or this centre attacking midfield role is given a little bit more freedom in that respect. Whether it's him or Foden or whatever, I don't know. For the first time in a very, very long time, we've got such versatility amongst the players. However, we've got solidity in the areas where we need a solid player. So say say centre backs, I think it's going to be Stones and Maguire. There's an argument for these two, but I think it's going to be these. Where you need a solid centre back partnership, we've got it. Stones and Maguire, they did well in the World Cup. I think it can happen. When we need a solid right back that defends, Kyle Walker or Reece James are there. Left back, Shaw and Chilwell just as good. When we've got wing backs, players that like to get forward and put a cross in, we've got them. We've got Trent, we've got Chilwell, we've got Shaw that can both do that role so well. When you've got a CDM / centre mid that can sit back, that can put in a good tackle and just put in an absolute shift and command the area. We've got Henderson, we've got Rice. When you've got attacking, creative players that can literally pick up the ball and do something with it. Someone that can look up, pick a pass, look up, go forward, run with the ball, dribble with the ball. We've got them. We've got Foden, Grealish, Sancho. We've got Mount, we've got Sterling, we've got Rashford, we've got Maddison. And then when you want a player to just bag goals and score goals, we've got Harry Kane. It doesn't get as simple as that. Like they say, who was it that said it the other week? Where it's like, football is simple. You pick up the ball, you score goals, you defend, you don't concede. But doing that is the hardest part. Making it look simple is the hardest part. There are so many players on this pitch that all have absolute ability. It's just actually doing it and seeing it in motion. With that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if there's anyone that I'll have missed off someone so blatant, like I did with Rashford earlier. There's going to be players that are so blatant that I've missed off. But that just adds to the fact that we have such a wide variety of players that can play in various roles. If you were going to ask me to end off this video, I'm going to do what I'd personally like to see. I'd personally like to see this. The 5-2-2-1. I think it offers a lot more solidity for us. With Keane there. No, Walker at centre-back. Trent at... We're just going to have to get rid of one of these, aren't we? We can't now, but it's okay. Imagine Chilwell's Trent. Oh, wait. There we go. Trent and Shaw. I'd personally go Foden on the left. Oh, what have I done that for? I personally like to see that. Although I don't think Mount's necessarily up to this centre mid role nowadays. He's been playing a lot more on the wing. In that case, in either that or that. I'd like to see Foden definitely start, possibly on the wing. I wouldn't even be opposed to seeing that. If Foden plays this centre mid role and Sterling on the wing, these offer a lot going forward. Foden offers the creativity to link up with all of these. Henderson drops back a little bit. That's what I'd like to see. And it pains me not to put Mount in there because I love him. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. And I shall catch you later. Good. Bye.